Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Educational Gamer and we are playing Strategic Command World at War. We are now in war against Germany as the Soviet Union and all of the other Western allies. So just last time the Germans attacked and did actually attack a little bit earlier than they historically did on the 2 weeks before 20th of June. So there's a little bit of an inaccuracy in the way that the time progresses over here. So it's 2 weeks for the Allies, 2 weeks for the Axis, and so on and so forth. Nevertheless, they did attack in force. We are not really stabilizing the front yet. It's a quagmire that we are in here, but we'll have to see how that develops in sort of after the turn. We did manage to take out the Bismarck battleship and a heavy cruiser. I didn't quite look at what that was. Sorry, battle cruiser. And before we go on to Eastern Africa, I do want to move this light cruiser up here and attack these German fighters at the airfields over there, hopefully reducing their reliability a little bit. Over here in North Africa we did attack very aggressively, I have to say, on the German tanks over here, and I'm not sure that was such a good move because we lost quite a bit in the process. But, ooh, speaking of that, we can probably move up this cat. Oh dear God. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, that did not go as expected. So, the Italian Navy is here. It is here in force, and we should definitely be a little bit careful about what we're doing over here. So, ooh, 3 battleships, a heavy cruiser, 2 heavy cruisers, and so on and so forth. So, let's reduce their reliability at least a little bit. And our carrier really took a beating over here. So yeah, we'll probably be in battle over here very soon, I have to say. So yeah, that's a little bit discerning. Can we do another strike? We cannot. We can bring our submarine. You know what? I think that's potentially a good thing to do. We just reduced their strength by 1, but I do want to take the chances over here. Yeah, and of course it went much worse than expected. Yeah, that is a problem by now, but we'll have to see about that next time, or well, in our next turn. In here on East Africa though, let's have a look at how things are. We did take Masana, the industrial center over here. Your strength is alright, your upgrading situation could be a little bit better. How is our supply down here? How could it be? It would be very low. Even here it's sort of very low, but we might have to take our chances over here. We really do want to take out the Italian headquarters over here. Slowly but surely. God damn it, I knew that would happen. Yeah, slowly but surely we do need to make some progress against that. Down here as well. Suspect that the troops here will not be too easy to push over. Let's reinforce our French troops over there. That should be alright. We do have another transport ready. I guess we will send you down here and then sort of come up here as well. So these are the Indians coming in to the help of the attack on Mogadishu. Yeah, the Italians are pushing much more aggressively now than they were before. What are they planning over here? At least we did manage to conduct some damage against this battleship. Although, yeah, I'm really frightened about my carrier over here. That is not what I expected. So, let's move these guys. Well, maybe should we maybe come in over here then? You know what? These guys might actually be helpful in suppressing these ships over there. So we might actually send you over here towards the coast and then conduct some raids on Mogadishu and adjacent fleets. In Southeast Asia, things are going okay for now. These destroyers could be upgraded. Don't think that's necessary quite yet. I would like to reinforce you though I think for some reason I can't do that over here. I probably need to sail all the way to towards our friendly bases in other parts of the world. So okay, there are Japanese destroyers, but we are not at war yet, so at least as the UK we aren't. We might be in December, that is when it historically happened, of course, with the simultaneous attack on Pearl Harbor. That being said, I think Japan has some other problems. So down here in the south, we managed to push them back quite aggressively. So I think it's time now to take Takhoi. That does open up the route towards this target down here. Can make some attacks against the Japanese targets over here. They should be fairly badly outnumbered by us by now, so still they are making some progress against us as well. Yeah, but soon I think they will collapse over there. Do we have all of the units that we under our command over here that we do want to have? It's predominantly all of the army, so yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's see what progress we can make. So these guys over there are entirely out of supply. Didn't quite manage to kick them out, but here we go. National morale bonus as well. Some points are scored against us, but all in all that seems fine. Let's make sure that we are pushing ahead over here as well as we can. More national morale bonus for us, but we are taking some losses, so it's not an entire... well, it is an entire pushover. Defensive artillery. There we go. These attacks are slowly coming into play. You could swap out there, so yeah, let's do that. Let's move you in. This army really should be taking a bit of a beating. Yeah, there we go. Entirely destroyed it. You all can't move. Well, you could attack. Let's attack this guy over there. Shattered. Very nice. Yeah, and all of your supply situation is extremely bad, so yeah, we are pushing in here very nicely, I have to say. Good going. You guys will at some point need to move back towards the supply lines. And then up here in the north we are also pushing up ahead on the enemy. I guess we can pull up the engineers over here to Shifeng. Gain a bit more supply that way. These guys are in... well, they're not entirely really in supply. Let's take the special forces attack from the back over there. That should open the route for some of the other units to push up a little bit more aggressively. Yeah, we are not making as much progress as I would have hoped. And these guys they are very fast. They are the mechanized light tanks. What are you actually? I think you're a light tank division. So we could push you up over here. We could also push a little bit towards the north, maybe. But then again, we do have this sort of covered, so let's move them around. Let's get a better eyes on these guys, and then see what we can do over here. So you attacked. Let's move you up then. Can bring in this other corps over here. Attack with you guys. Again, not be fully committed over there. Come on, shattered. There we go. Jehol, another target that we can claim for us. That of course is very good. How's the supply situation up here? I think we might be outrunning our supply lines very soon. Yeah, well, it's okay for now. So yeah, let's keep the momentum then as long as we can. You could attack. You could also sort of circle around there. I do want to move towards Port Arthur over here though. That should reduce the Japanese supply lines a little bit. It's actually switched to an allied supply line, which is interesting to see. Okay, that means we can bring up this army over here. Start to make more progress against the Japanese. That's always welcome. How about you? Okay, attack. And then you're fine. Okay, then we move you over here. You have already attacked, so that's all good. Could start to move out with the engineers. There's no point really doing that though. So yeah, let's make sure to keep our headquarter units close by. And our aircraft. You're gonna occupy the port, which is fine. And all of these units down here are fine as well. This guy should also... how's our production as China coming along? We are producing quite a bit more, so Let's actually make sure that as China we are producing at least, well, I guess 2 more garrisons should be fine with infantry weapons, so that they can cover the ports. Oh, and yeah, we do have these armies, these additional armies. Down here, I think we will be fine. We do have 2 armies here. Over here, well, I guess we can make this a little bit quicker. And another army up in the north should also be fine. So yeah, then we should be fine for China. Can you attack? You can, but it wouldn't do us any good. Okay, and you'll simply fortify over there. Kunming, I mean, it is fairly secure, so I don't think there's going to be too much happening on that one. But again, I think we are fine over there. Russia could really remove some forces from over there, but it doesn't have too many forces, so that's unfortunately not necessarily a good thing for them. Tactical bombers, medium bombers, we do have enough money for that. But maybe we should actually look a little bit more on the diplomatic side. Nope. Nationalist China is committing everything that it can. We could spend a little bit less. I think we are influencing Venezuela, aren't we? But I mean, it's committed, so it doesn't make sense to switch out of this. So I think we'll be fine over here. Oh, you guys haven't attacked. Yeah, that's right. You just moved in. Yeah, let's take out this army. Nice. Very nice. Very good for us. So there's only 1 attack left, and I think that's going to be a very difficult one. Not even sure we can attack across here, but yeah, we'll have to see about that then. Good. Okay, I guess we can reinforce you. Might as well. And since we are over here, let's upgrade this one. It's barely, very inexpensive, so I think that's fine. Good. That does leave us in a very peculiar situation over here, and of course on the entire Soviet line. Let's look at the Soviet line briefly. I think there are these tanks which we could move up a little bit, I guess, just to be able to counterattack over there once that does get going. So I don't want to expose you that much though. Let's bring it towards Kiev, and then we'll be ready to attack from there. All of these guys are fine, or at least as fine as they can be, given the circumstances. These engineers are alright over here. I'm debating on whether to pull out these engineers. Oh, but they can't, because they're building that fortress. Okay, that's fine then. Yeah, everyone else over here is fine. So yeah, let's end our turn over here. See whether the Germans will be trying to attack our badly injured fleet as they withdraw towards the UK. These guys are all fine. The US, come on, how are you looking on production technology? 39%. It should really be increasing quite quickly though. Infantry warfare. Let's research that. I think it's a good thing for us. And let's actually research advanced tanks. That should also be good. That does leave us with a lot of points, but we are getting that new production technology soon, so I think that would be a good idea. And then we'll be fine. And as the UK, we'll have to spend a lot to repair these fleets, so I'm not too eager to overspend right now either. So yeah, that's fine. Let's end the turn. Here we go. And then we'll see how the Germans will maul us. So, as the UK, we get a decision. The Special Operations Executive has now been operating since the summer of '94. It has very little impact. More funding would be able to significantly increase the size and scope of its activities. It would be a great march impact in supporting and setting up resistance movements throughout occupied Europe. So, it would cost us 20 points for 5 turns. Yes. I think we do want that. What does that do in technical terms? Resistance group on Axis dispositions. Okay, that's nice, but not necessarily that useful. Yeah, okay, let's start the resistance movements, and I think that would be nice. I mean, reducing German supplies is one of the most important things. So, do we want to send shipping supplies through Vladivostok? Would sail under Soviet flag, safer than through the Atlantic, with far more to the Soviet Union than they are to us. Therefore the cost of sending is only while they receive us. Yes, we will definitively supply. We will definitely supply the USSR convoy, the Soviets with more convoys, hoping to boost their economy. Roosevelt broadcasts against Nazism, that's very nice to see. US has better tanks and better fighters. China gets better command and control. Lovely. UK is starting to lose a lot of money, but most of that is going to the USSR, which is collecting a lot of money now, so that is fantastic to see as it's gearing up for war, so that's very, very good. And of course it's receiving a lot of friendly supplies. So, but let's see what the Axis is gonna make out of its turn. Roosevelt, okay. Simple event for them. Yeah, of course, the most important bit is the Eastern Front, but also I'm concerned about the shipping. There are some submarines up here. Our submarines are being attacked, and here we are on the Eastern Front. Let me know, by the way, if you want it more zoomed in or moved out. Reinforcing some units, especially in Northern Africa. Withdrawing some. I'm going to zoom in. I think it's a little bit clearer which attack unit is attacking which one. Although, of course, the overview suffers. It's sometimes a little bit harder to say where you are. There we go, in Skagerrak. More destroyer attacks on our submarines. We will need to withdraw. Contacts with Italian ships. Yeah, there we go, more. Ooh. These are heavy engagements over here. Our battle cruisers withdrawn from this battleship, which is of course very heavy for us. Yeah, and they are sending in more ships after these guys. I'm guessing that there will be an attack over here. Oh no, so far there hasn't been. German battleships. Here we go. More German attacks. And they can just destroy our ground units with their bombardments. It's really not... It's pretty horrible actually. But at least we are keeping two tactical units, two tactical bomber wings of theirs occupied in Greece over there. More attacks happening here in Kowel, but I'm very impressed by that core unit that was over there defending against the Germans. And even here we are able to damage the Germans at least somewhat. Okay, these engineers are gone. That is unfortunate. We were a little bit too greedy over there. This army is threatened. This corps has been doing fairly well. Bialystok being damaged by the Germans, but not captured. Yeah, at least we are holding them off somewhat. We are losing massive amounts of troops. And of course the Germans haven't lost a single unit yet. They've only suffered some attrition on their units basically. And some of our lines over here are starting to wear very thin, I have to say. Especially up here in the north. But so far we are holding out, so that is good to see. Bialystok holding out as well. It's a good fort. Anti-tank unit moving up there. Our armor train being threatened by enemy units. Ooh, an attack that didn't do anything over there. Some Japanese counterattacks. And there we go. Another unit entirely destroyed. And one unit pulling back. That's not good for us. Also not good to lose units in that area over there. Losing parts in Greece, but not entirely. Athens is still holding out. more ground attacks in southern China. And there we go, more reinforcements. Nope, they're not done yet. More troops are massing down here. We do see the headquarters pulling up. There's artillery, German artillery. But I do think that might have been it for their attacks. So no, here we go. They are pushing up against our fleet as well. I'm worried about this battlecruiser. And this heavy cruiser. But mostly about the battlecruiser because it's a bigger ship. Sweden-German convoys are disrupted. That are our Soviet submarines. But here we go. So this seemed like we didn't lose too much. I'm fairly happy about the results. I mean, 3 corps destroyed, including an engineer brigade, and the Greece headquarters. That is not good, but the US is starting to come more closely into contact with us. Some intel reports, mostly not that useful to be honest. Huh. A carrier spotted in the South Chinese Sea. Interesting developments. Okay, but that is about it for the Axis turn. So, yeah, we will need to think very strongly about what the Soviet Union is doing. Yeah, but let's start out with some of the smaller theaters over here. So, specifically maybe with this area over here. Can we could attack over here, but that wouldn't necessarily do us that good. Would reduce their capabilities though, so let's start to make some progress over here. Hopefully. Should hopefully be fine. These tactical bombers. I mean, getting Mogadishu would be a good result. We could also reinforce it, but only by 1 point. Yeah, so let's not do that. The garrison up here we could attack, but again, not much point doing that. We're a little bit deadlocked down here, I have to say. The garrison at Gondar, I mean, if we were to get that one, we would be able to supply our forces here in the north, and that wouldn't be too bad. So let's try that. And we're losing 2 points instead of just 1. Okay, let's bring it down here. Just start to threaten all of them a little bit more comprehensively. Okay, that one was better though. Let's bring it towards Masawa, and then I think we can support these troops a little bit better. Ah, come on. These battles seem to consistently go worse than we would expect them to. Okay, we do have these tanks. We could bring it up over here. We do have the entire situation in the Mediterranean and on the Eastern Front. So, you know what? Since we do have some time left, let's look at South Africa over here. And specifically maybe the disposition of the Italian fleet. So we have these carriers over here which need to be reinforced. Let's reinforce the carrier first. Can't upgrade or reinforce the other guys while we go doing that. What's your mode? Okay, so no Italians over here. These guys could come into port down here, which might not be the worst. There's at least 1 damaged battleship. And I would like to find that one. But they do have 3 battleships. I effectively do have 2 battleships and our carriers over here. So what's your mode? Yeah. You're mixed. Let's set you on naval tactical so you can conduct 2 strikes. So which one is the damaged one? We could attack their heavy cruisers, and I think we could take them out fairly well, but that would leave us our battleships exposed to counterattack, and I'm not too keen on that actually. So let's try to scout ahead a little bit over here. Yeah, that looks better. So that is... There are some interceptors, but we do have escorts, so these guys should be losing some pips. Yeah, 3. We're losing 1, that's a good trade. They've lost a lot over there, so let's bring up a battleship from over here and start to shell them, and we did sink them, so that is a very nice result, even though we lost quite a bit in the process. But we can of course retreat back towards base over here, whereas they really can't. And then if we take out these heavy cruisers, or at least try to, yeah, so some progress over there against these guys. Then we can bring up these heavy cruisers towards here. Try to do more damage against them. There we go. Another ship sunk. And that does allow our Hood class battlecruiser here to come into Malta towards relative safety of the harbour up here. That does leave 2 heavy battleships in line of the enemy. We do have 1 over here. Let's see, they have 3 fighters. That was a very good bombardment. So the heavy cruiser, I think you fired, right? Yes, you did. So ideally we'd like to withdraw you. We'd also like to withdraw this heavy cruiser and this battleship. So also I would like to strike against these guys again. How about our destroyers? Yeah, didn't do too much. The submarines, we could attack the heavy cruisers at the very least. This heavy cruiser needs to get out of there. This battleship sort of needs to get out of here to make room for the heavy cruiser. Let's bring it over here. Let's try to destroy these aircrafts. Very nice. That should make our life a lot easier for the future. Bring these guys up towards the cover of the AA batteries in Malta, and that will be helpful. Then that does leave quite a couple of enemy ships, but if we bring you into here, you should be relatively safe. And the carrier can bring it over here so that you couldn't be attacked too easily. Yeah, so bring it over here. It's not ideal, so close to the enemy, especially these artillery guns. But at least you'll be somewhat covered by these troops. And then the light cruiser coming over here. And the destroyers are like there, and that should be okay. Good. That does leave us concerned with the ground troops over here. And we can't do too much, it appears, on these guys. So let's try to reinforce what we can. Anti-tank guns. Desert reconnaissance. You're a little bit exposed, but all in all I think you should be fine. Special forces. You are good. Then, oh, we do have these tactical bombers. I forgot about you. Can't do too much on these guys though. There's the enemy headquarter. But I do want to strike the tanks primarily so that they lose some of their organization. And our tanks should be recovering a little. And then our artillery can wait to recover as well. No, that doesn't make sense. Let's bring it towards Tobruk. Then you can support from over there. And that lastly only leaves our submarines. You guys can't really do anything. Nope. Submarines could... let's get you into base over here. And at least fire a torpedo at the heavy cruiser. And that does settle that. So, very good result. We did sink 2 Italian ships and destroyed the German Air Force that was operating down here. So our fighters and bombs should have a little bit easier time now to conduct strikes on the German army as it is assembling down here. And that is indeed very lovely. We might even think about bringing our guys from down here towards over here to help out a little bit with that. On the other hand, I really do want to take out this area. Although it's not quite as crucial, I guess. Okay, bring you over to that harbour, and that should be it. So next time we will be looking in at the northern front over here, I would say, and I think at the Chinese we didn't even deal with these, did we? No, we did not. Okay, so lots of things to do for the next time. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. See you guys next time.